Hello guys, welcome to Retro Cycle Revival, and I'm quite excited at the moment. I've got a new Street Fighter build on the way. I've just ordered a frame from eBay, which is quite cheap actually. I got it for a good price, and I'm just putting together the fork that it came with as well, which is a carbon fork. Now I'm just inspecting the frame as well to make sure that there's no sort of bends or anything like that. The bottom bracket area looks pretty good. The threads are not worn. The rear dropout, there's no bends on there as well. It's just, it looks fine. The seat post is a 27.2. I've got a seat for that already, a seat post for that and a seat. So I've taken a lot of the parts from the previous bike. So this bike is a Pinnacle Sentinel 3.0. There's not much information on Google about this bike, and that's quite unfortunate. I did want to see what components that this bike originally came with. Not that it matters, as I am doing the Street Fighter build now anyway. You got the nice carbon fork on here, which is a Black Rain fork. Now this is one of the reasons why I got another frame to do a Street Fighter build. My previous frame had a 1-inch fork steerer, so it was more difficult to find like a carbon fork or any kind of fork that would accommodate, you know, threadless in the threadless world. So I wanted to keep my threadless components, as I do have a lot of handlebar clamps that are 1 1/8 inch. So it just makes sense for me to get something that has that size, as my mountain bike and my hybrid bike all take that same size as well. So I can interchange stems and stem lengths and stem angles and things like that. So yeah. So the difference will be a 10-speed cassette I'm going to incorporate on here. So also I've got a 10-speed derailleur, which is a Shimano Tiagra 4700 with a HG50 Shimano cassette, which is 11 to 36 teeth. And then I'm going to use a 32 teeth chainring at the front as well. So it's going to be nice and spinny up the hills, as I intend to take this bike, you know, a little further than going to the shops as my previous bike. Okay, yeah, I've done a straight transfer of most of the parts. So the crank, the front wheel, the rear wheel is a new wheel. I got, well, it's not a new wheel, it's an old wheel that I had for 2 years, but I had a stuck cassette on it, so I took it to the bike shop at the end and got them to pull the cassette off. So now I can use a 10-speed cassette. The only reason why it was stuck on there in the first place was because I didn't use a spacer. Apparently I needed to put a 1.85mm spacer on the back, because the freewheel is kind of longer than the conventional 10-speed, as it's a road bike, so the cassette stack is a bit higher. But then you live when you learn, so there you go. So this is the bike. Everything is more or less the same. Okay guys, this is the finished build, the Sentinel 3.0, well, Pinnacle Sentinel 3.0. Just took it out today, and rides pretty well. A bit lighter than the previous Street Fighter build. This time I've got the 10-speed Tiagra cassette on there. One thing I do know is that this bike is super fast. I mean, it is scary fast, even, as I'm used to riding like my hybrid and my mountain bike, and obviously I got the bug with the previous Street Fighter build because I found that faster, but this is quite fast, and with the 10-speed drivetrain on here, it's pretty cool. So if you've got any more information on this bike, then please let me know. If you know anything about the specs, the frame material, or anything, please send it in the comments. Thank you, and please like and subscribe.